Hey all, Ian McDonald here from the Sports Card Side Hustle. I wanted to hit you with a tool tip of the week and kind of go over some tool tips from Card Ladder and some of their new features that are excellent. So keep in mind as we go over this tool tip or feature that they've enabled recently through their development and advancements, evolution, it's the player indexes. So as we equate that to other markets, other investment markets, hobbies, trading, money moving and what's going on. Keep in mind that the sports card data industry is very immature and early on in its evolution. What do I mean by that? Well, we're just now seeing more tools and features like this where you can track broader things in an index. But the stock market has things that are more predictive, alerts, let you know of a indicator, buy-sell indicators such as a golden cross or the 50-day moving average crossing with the 200-day moving average and what that might mean. It takes into account volumes, prices, and all the other indicators that are there. So as you keep that in mind here, this is very early on. It's very exciting to me that we are seeing more of these features brought. This feature is only 9 days old. So if you go to the Card Ladder dashboard, under dashboard and their announcements, it does have this and has an explanation telling you that 9 days ago this happened. So they've launched a player index graphs. It basically goes back to the very first sale on record electronically that they can detect through any of their APIs or data connections. And it then baselines all of their sales, total sales into an index, and it tells you if it's moving up or down or where it's at from there in the period from the beginning that they had any sale history up to current date. So that's very interesting, can really tell you where a player overall is going, not just based on one specific card or hype over a certain set, but over a player and how they're performing. So we want all that context, right? We want to know things based on performance and events, technical indicators, uniqueness about sets, but this gives you that total picture about a player in their index. So that's the feature explained there. And as we go to the main menu for Card Ladder, we can go where you go is down near the bottom. You have players. So as you go to players, one thing interesting right away is the volume, right? It's put in order by the top players in the last 24 hours based on their volume. Volume is a good indicator of activity and intensity, popularity, and importance. You know, whether it's just a one-off or a fluke thing, volume matters. So it has a total sales volume by price with Luka taking the lead in the last 24 hours. And Giannis was one that I was watching. He was up to number 3 in the night of his championship, and he's now down to, looks like, 7. But I'm going to pick Giannis because of all the talk about his would it fizzle out quickly after his championship? Would it be a more of buy the rumor, sell the news, or buy into kind of a reporting of earnings for a stock when that happens quarterly, and then even when they perform or outperform, people sell off to take profits? Would that happen with Giannis? I had predicted that Giannis would be an exception because of the fact that there wasn't as much anticipation, expectation, and where it was already a done deal and priced into the market because of his hyperextended knee and his injury in the conference finals. So, can't say that I'm right or wrong yet. I can say that it did peak or hit some good prices the night of his championship, have some gain the next day or two. Is it going to fizzle out or have a sell-off quickly in the week or two following? So far, as we're hitting another day after the championship, it didn't have a negative day, right? The month is positive. The day is pretty much flat at 0.01%. But this is something to watch. I would say that 2 weeks after the championship, 2 to 3 weeks, we'll have a better idea from when he clinched that title. Did it make much positive impact, or was it more of the price was already built in? Is it an exception to the rule, or is he following some of those trends and things that we've seen in the past that are starting to look somewhat similar to other markets? So I just want to show you guys that one. Michael Jordan's always interesting. His volume or his player index is up because it looks like there has been a significant rebound to those elite Michael Jordan PSA 9s and 10s for his rookie. So when we look at that, it had really dipped following an explosion that peaked around February to March 1st. It seemed like because so many PSA 10s came to market when it was at its peak and people tried to sell at that peak, that now people were now people would consider that to be a little bit of an increase to supply, or the market flooded, and so it started to have a downturn for a while. We're seeing that recovery. So the player index is a nice place to see that as a whole overall for a player and their entire um, population of cards. So just keep that in mind. Quick tool tip for the week. Uh, Encourage you to try it out and put it in your toolbox as far as all the things you learn for your decision points when you're buying for your investing, trading, collecting, and your hobby. Thanks. Have a good one, all.